Hi, and welcome to Teletalk. I'm Liv.
And I'm Ben.
And on this episode, you'll hear our carefully considered and not at all random thoughts on a show we like. There will be spoilers.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and we're giving ourselves an age rating of 15 and above, but you're welcome to make up your own minds. Listener discretion is advised. Who goes there? It's Blind Frog Ranch! Yeah!
I'm glad you did that because I was about to say, welcome to Plathville. But I don't remember... But I don't remember watching Plathville.
Somehow, I feel like this show would be better with Barry Plath popping up for somewhere.
His enthusiasm would add a thing.
He totally will watch this show. Although probably less now that it's less paranormal and more treasure hunty.
Yeah, well, they were always sort of walking that line.
I tell you what, Barry Plath will be all over Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes, he would.
I
think he mentioned it, didn't he?
Did he?
Skinwalker. I think he might have done.
Did he?
Not sure.
But yes, anyway, we are jumping into Blind Frog Ranch season 6.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do this season. It's at a bit of a turning point for the show.
Yeah, so it will be interesting to see which way it's going to go.
Yeah, so... I mean, we've been watching Blind Frog Ranch since inception.
Yes.
And we love it. It's going to be an interesting to see what it's like sans the Ollingers.
I was going to say I can't remember their name. But yeah, so the Ollingers own the land. But the main guy, whose name is... Duane, is not very well.
No.
And his son is currently not very well, incarcerated.
Having... unalived someone.
Yes.
While also in prison or jail.
So they're not on the show anymore. They've handed it over to what's his name?
Josh Feldman and his dad.
Yeah, well, they've handed it over to Josh because Josh joined them for the last season or two.
Last season, yeah.
Because he is a treasure hunter by trade.
Yes.
And is lending his expertise. So now he is at the helm.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it feels like the story of a Nepo baby in Josh, because his dad's a renowned treasure hunter. And he's the son of a renowned treasure hunter. So they brought him into this. And now he's gone, I'm in charge. I'm bringing my dad in. So it's like reverse nepotism. They were like, right, the format of the show is a father and son, but for reasons outside of our control, the original father and son are not really viable anymore. Let's bring in a different father and son, except these ones might be slightly more competent.
No, I like the Ollingers. They did a lot. This is the thing with Blind Frog Ranch, the show. Is that what it's called? Mystery at Blind.
The Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch.
Yeah, they do a lot.
They do.
You cannot get bored watching this show.
Yeah, they condense more than a season of Oak Island into way less episodes. There's about 8 episodes a season, and boy, do they do stuff.
Yeah, and they don't wait for health and safety, or they haven't done up until now.
I mean, to be fair, Chad never struck me as a health and well, neither does Duane. They were not health and safety people.
No. And Chad had many qualities, like being able to fly a plane. Oh, we kind of need to see over there. Don't worry, I'll fly my plane over.
Chadro's going over in his plane right now.
And then the second later, he's there doing it. So there's no waiting around. There's no, waiting for health and safety to check it out.
No.
They've been almost gassed out of chambers and all sorts of
Duane
things.
demanded some person shoot him if they wasn't going to get off his land.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
I mean, that comes across in a whole new light. Do you remember when Chad was getting really angry and starting to trash the trespassing miners stuff? It was like, there's some anger there. Mm-hmm. So, it feels a bit different now. But
anyway, we're focusing on the land, I suppose.
Yeah, so can we just touch on Josh's dad a little bit? Because he had more chops than I was expecting.
Go on then.
So he has, to quote his son...
What's his name?
I don't know. I've just got him as Josh's dad.
Great.
Because he's only referred to as Dad.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? I'm going to look it up.
Okay, well, according to Josh, he has a long history of success, 50 years of leading expedition over 24 sites, and he gained notoriety for finding the lost Dutchman's mine.
Yes.
Does that automatically make it the found Dutchman's mine?
Well, maybe. But also, have you ever heard of that before?
I have. To the extent where I thought the Lost Dutchman's mine was still lost, but apparently not. Apparently Josh's dad found it.
Right. The thing is, as well, I was watching this going, okay, so he's been treasure hunting for years, like decades, and he's found one thing. So now he's impressive.
To be fair, though, that is more than the average treasure hunter finds, I suppose. And to be fair, the Lost Dutchman's mine is a pretty big deal.
Is it?
That's like going, oh, well, you've been diving in the sea, but you've only ever found the Titanic.
Right. But it's still just one thing.
All right.
Apparently his name is Ron.
Ron! I can see
you're
why
welcome.
Okay, Ron Feldman. That doesn't sound like a treasure hunter, does it?
Well, what does a treasure hunter sound like?
Indiana Jones.
I see. No, it doesn't sound like that.
No. We should call him Utah Feldman. Don't know if that's better.
It's not.
Why does everything mad like this happen in Utah?
This is you. This is your fault.
What's my fault?
This madness.
Okay, well, so we have those two, and we've got Eric Drummond, the geologist, who's back.
Yes.
And James Keenan, I just wrote archaeologist because they called him like ancient civilization expert.
Yeah, because he's the guy they got in a few seasons ago who specialises in the Mayan people, and he's done a lot of work in South America.
Yeah, because they've now decided this is definitely Montezuma's treasure.
Yes.
Aztec gold!
Well, they can also put a figure on that, can't they? Of how many billion?
3 billion?
3 billion.
3 point something billion. Like weirdly specific.
Yeah.
Even though we don't know what's in it.
I think they know.
Do they?
Don't they? Gold. It's
gold.
gold.
Yes. Gold! Okay. I mean, to be fair to them, they've already found way more than, say, just to pull an example out of the air, the Curse of Oak Island.
Mm-hmm. So what I like about the geologist guy, whose name
Eric
is
Drummond.
Eric, is he is another one that just gets on with it. Like, you'll see him going, this rock looks different, blah-de-blah-de-blah, I'll take a sample. 2 minutes later, he's got a travel kit and he's doing the test and he's telling you what it is.
Like in previous seasons, we've seen him get a bit of rebar and a little pot and he's smashing rocks and he's pouring a bit of acid on them and going, oh yeah, like this says this. None of this send it off and in 3 episodes' time we'll get round to it. And none of this like Dr. Spooner stuff of like, oh, we've done testing of the water.
Take it to the lab.
Yeah.
This guy, Eric, takes the lab with him everywhere he goes.
Yeah. And didn't they accidentally find like uranium or something the other season?
Well, that was one of the early seasons. And interestingly, I think it was Eric said, look, this is your gold. You've got enough on this land.
That was iridium.
You've got enough on this land that this is your gold mine.
Yeah, you got about 3 million, give or take, it after expenses.
And the Ollingers decided that wasn't enough and they wanted to find the gold.
Yeah. Gold! That's not shiny.
Yeah.
I guess they were probably of the opinion like, well, that iridium we can bank because we can always come back to do that.
They know it's there and it's quite easy to access.
Yeah. Whereas it's much more fun to look at carved up trees to try and find the treasure.
Yeah, and that's where the show is, I guess, as well.
Hot damn.
So I guess they might be doing the other thing in the background.
To be fair, I don't know. I was about to say, would you watch the show if the future seasons were just, here is us digging up the iridium? But I kind of might watch it if it was that.
I think the thing is, the Ollingers are miners.
Yeah.
I think for oil, was it?
Yeah, I think, Duane made his money in mining.
Yeah, so he understood that side of things. He understood how to drill, how to mine, and what was worth chasing.
Yeah.
And I guess all that effort and money for 3 million.
Yeah. I mean, to you and me, that sounds like no, but also, I guess when you go 3 million or 3.5 billion.
Yes, exactly.
I did the maths quickly, and one of those is much bigger.
Significant. I wonder if it's an American billion or a British billion.
What? You mean just in dollars or?
No. A British billion is a million.
Right.
An American billion, I think, is like 100,000 million.
Is it?
Yeah. So it's a lot less.
Oh. I did not know that.
Did you not know that?
No.
I don't know if they've aligned it, but that's how it used to be. What, do we need
Okay.
to do some more Googling?
I think we might need to fact check that later.
Let's fact check it now.
Go on, you do that. But while you're looking that up, we get a little recap at the beginning just to sort of set the scene of Josh telling his dad what they've been doing. Hey, Daddy, I've been doing this. And it's like, we found the keyhole chamber. That's our big holy grail now on the show. But they've had issues drilling down into it. It just won't be drilled, a la Skinwalker Ranch. And then there's also the open pit mine that Josh found, where they got 250 feet down, but it was all collapsed. But there were Mormon Deseret symbols on the wall. So that's kind of where we're at. So I guess we'll have a bit of focus around those two. What's the verdict on the billions?
Oh, the verdict is that historically I was correct. But in 1974, it changed, and they are now aligned.
Right. So for our entire lifetime, we've been wrong.
Yeah.
And considerably earlier.
Yeah, well, my parents were the ones that told me, and they were correct.
Ah. Well, that just shows you should never listen to parents.
So they are now both 1,000 million.
Oh, so we went American.
Well, yeah, looks like it.
1,000 million is a billion.
1,000 million.
So you were wrong anyway.
Okay, but I was also right. So there's that.
Were you?
Yeah.
I suppose you were right in that there was a difference, but you were wrong about the different values.
Maybe they just wanted everyone to be billionaires.
I feel like in this conversation, none of us are winners.
No, shall we move on?
Yeah, good. Well, that was fun. Thanks for your contribution.
Well, what did you think a billion was? A million?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were wrong too.
Yeah.
Because it's not. It's way less money than that.
Okay.
But it's still way more than a million.
I feel like you're deflecting
I
here.
know. Good catch.
What a panoply of
Oh my
excuses. Okay, so we've had the new team assemble.
Yep.
Charlie Boy, notable by his absence.
Who's Charlie?
Charlie Boy was the old fella that was like the security guard.
Oh, right, yeah, but
the one ancient guy.
No, we see his picture and stuff.
We saw him in, but that was a recap of the previous seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but he was Duane's mate, basically, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he was of a similar age and probably health situation.
I could never really tell how old he was. But yeah, he didn't seem very competent.
Oh, that's rude.
How many break-ins did they have?
Okay, he
All
was
the time.
one guy, and this ranch is huge, and they don't
know.
have a fence.
No, they
This
don't.
seems like a very simple solution.
I mean, that would be a lot of money you'd have to spend on fencing.
Yeah.
And I don't get the impression that Duane actually has that much money.
Skinwalker has a friend.
Yes, but they have Brandon Fugel, like one of the most wealthy men in Utah.
Mm.
His brother, who seems to be the less wealthy, is the CEO of a private helicopter company, and he's the poor brother.
Mm.
So... And then we've got Duane, who dresses entirely in about 8,000-year-old denim, and Chad, who doesn't look like he's had a shower in 8 months.
Have you ever heard the saying that only the rich can afford to look... What's the word?
Poor?
No.
Shabby?
Yeah.
Like they slept in their car, Ethan Plath style? I mean, to be fair, if that is the logic, then Duane...
Scruffy.
Duane and Chad must be the wealthiest men in the world.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, it's probably impractical.
I think we've gone off topic.
Yeah. So the central thing they've decided for this season, it seems, is that they're going to go, right, Montezuma's gold. There were Mormon markings in that pit mine. So the Mormons must know where the treasure is. Somehow. Right? That's their thing.
Well, yes, they sort of justified this by saying that Duane wasn't overly interested in the Mormon stuff because he was going after the more ancient stuff.
I love the way he's gone now, so we can immediately say he was shit.
But then Ron is saying, but actually, historically, there seems to be records that suggest that those ancient peoples shared with the Mormons the location of their treasure. And so he's saying, well, actually, then if we look at the Mormon stuff, that might lead us to the ancient stuff.
Which is fair enough.
Hence, they're going down this path.
Yeah, they're very much going, right, this is a treasure hunt. Like, with none of that paranormal malarkey that we had in some of the early seasons. Treasure hunt. We're going to find stuff.
Well, they did touch on it a little bit when Josh was taking his dad around on the tour, because he was saying, none of our equipment works here, and there's always something that makes it go wrong. A bit like Skinwalker.
You know what he didn't mention to his dad? Like the random people coming onto the ranch in the night and stealing things out of the ground.
No, but that was true.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I mean. He didn't mention any of that. He didn't go like, oh, we got this video of a guy going to a really specific spot and digging it up.
They also solved that.
Did they?
Yeah. They showed it to, I don't know, experts and stuff. And they said, oh, yeah, those types of shaped equipment monitor for this, that and the other. Okay, it was extraterrestrial stuff. And Duane was like, right, so they're not competing treasure hunters on our land. And then this expert was like, no, this is scientific. And he's like, okay, fine, I don't care.
I don't care that they just snuck onto it at night, trashed our stuff and stole this thing back off.
No, this is a different thing. They didn't trash anything. That was just the big car that came and dug up the electronic
it wasn't the implication
equipment.
it was the same people.
No.
Oh. So who are the people that were trashing things? Do we never find that out?
No, we didn't find that out.
Again, doesn't mention any of this to his dad. Just a heads up, Dad. Like, there seems to be some sort of secretive campaign or war against us, and people are coming and trashing stuff. Just a heads up.
The people with the defenders with the massive bright headlights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and all
with
of
the
that.
intimidation.
Yeah, none of that. I feel like, at the very least, you want a heads up. He's just like, I only want my dad to think good of me. For the long, let's just talk about all the stuff. I found a pit mine. All right, Dad, focus on me.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that crazy shit going on over there. Maybe that's why Charlie Boy's not on camera. He's far too busy trying to stop all of that.
He's dealing with the actual security.
So we've had all of that preamble. So they decide, or I say they, Ron, as I now know he's called, that super inspiring treasure hunter name. Ron decides that they're going to meet up with someone he's aware of in treasure hunting circles called Greg Lowe. And Greg Lowe has got the down low on Mormon stuff.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because it seems like Greg Lowe has a good reputation within treasure hunting, and Ron also has a good reputation within treasure hunting. And so they don't know each other, but they've agreed, I expect, on the basis of their reputations, to meet each other.
Yeah, and it seems like they may have sort of indirectly been associated, because they were sort of vaguely talking about something where, like, Ron worked on a dig, and this guy, Greg, did some sampling analysis for that same, like, so they worked on the same thing, but they never knew of it. Yeah. But we got a bit of talk about, like, oh, treasure hunting's a secretive business, so I don't know how much he's going to tell us, but you got to chance your arm.
Yeah.
And it was quite interesting, I thought, this little meeting.
Well, it seemed like Greg was like, yeah, here's my massive binder full of very delicate papers. You have a look through that.
You can have a taste of the biscuit.
Yeah.
Not for you.
Yeah, but he did offer them a journal. And I don't know, because Josh seemed to be saying, if we can have this binder, then I can give you a percentage of any treasure that we find. And then the counter offer is you can have this journal instead.
You can have this piece of shit.
So I don't know where they stand in terms of the percentage, because they didn't actually go into that.
It was a bit weird. And again, there was also that thing where a couple of times Josh was like, well, if this turns out to be legit, and you could see the guy going, fuck you, young man.
Yeah.
Of course it's legit.
Yeah.
I was like, someone doesn't know how to parlay.
It's the terminology, isn't it, that gets his back
If
up.
you haven't forged this, my man.
Yeah.
Like Josh.
But they take it back, this journal, and they seem very happy with it.
Yes, because it's... The background to it is that this... Greg worked with Gail Rhoades.
Yes, of the Rhoades mine.
Yeah, of the family who their patriarch found, the Rhoades mine. And Gail Rhoades was sort of the last of the line of the Rhoades and he worked with Greg Lowe. And so Greg Lowe now has all of the notes and all of the paperwork from the Rhoades family.
Yeah, so they've all added to it over the years, so it's quite detailed.
And this journal, it seems like it was a working journal from on the trail.
What I didn't understand is this a copy?
Yes.
So it's not the actual journal?
That's the interesting, because it seemed like it was made out initially to be the actual journal, and then in passing we heard them refer to it as a copy of the journal.
Yeah.
But I think, because he even said, like, the main binder was a copy as well, so he's copied these, got the originals on either.
Because it looked like delicate paper.
Yeah, it was like they'd made it up to look as real as possible, probably for the show.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing mid-season.
Yeah. So that's interesting. But this is going to be the MacGuffin that sort of drives the central linear storyline for this season, isn't it?
I think so. Because they're looking through it, Ron and Josh, and they happen to find a page of something that actually seems familiar to Josh, because he's been on the ranch for a year, so he knows a bit about it.
The White Rock Creek.
Yeah, and so they thought, well, let's boots on the ground it and go and have a look. And off they go.
Yes, and instead of his dad coming, because his dad's like, I'm an old man, I'm going to sit and read this book over here, he takes Eric and James, so it seems like these are going to be our action trio for the season.
Yeah.
And they bugger on off to White Rock Canyon. So it's referred to White Rock Creek in the book, and they go to White Rock Canyon, which are apparently the same thing.
Well, I mean, it's been a few years.
Yeah.
Things do get renamed or, referred to differently.
I don't know what the difference between a creek and a canyon is. Maybe it's just grown in the time. It's got bigger and so gone from a creek to a canyon.
Maybe. I mean, creeks, I would think, are quite small.
Yeah, so it was a creek and now it's become a
massive.
canyon. Yeah, so it's just got bigger over time. I don't know. But the book seems to suggest that there'll be marked trees that you need to follow to find the shaft.
Yeah, and there are images of what those markings look like, so it's actually quite helpful.
Especially when we see them find these bloody trees.
And
immediately.
For once, well, not immediately,
well,
but for once we don't need the show to outline the outline. We can just see it.
It's right there.
Like, oh, yeah, that is the same.
I guarantee you if it was Oak Island, they would have still made it bright red or white and gone, look! Oh, thank you, Oak Island. I would never have seen that before. And there have been 17 animations of someone carving a tree and all of that. But yeah, they find them, and they find one after the other, and they follow them along.
They do follow the straight line at 130 degrees sunward. I don't know.
That way.
Yeah.
And then eventually they're walking along and they go, look at the blackening on that cliff face.
Yeah.
And they go and find what they initially think is a dwelling or like a campsite.
Yeah.
But rapidly they determine it's another furnace or smelting place, like the bead site that they found in previous seasons. And Josh very quickly goes, oh, look, that's for smelting. And that's the last stage of refining ore. And so that would be the furthest point away from a mine, but it means there's a mine nearby. His mine senses are tingling because he's a miner by trade as well.
Is he, though? I thought he was just a treasure hunter.
No, they said in that he's mining as a background.
Okay. Well, he says then, let's go in search of other clues. There must potentially be... Oh, well, actually, I think it's the geologist at this point spots that rock that doesn't match the rest of the bedrock. And then Josh says, this is a dragstone.
Yes, from an Erastra.
And if there's a dragstone, there's an Erastra. So let's look for that. We're looking for a load of flat ground in a circle kind of shape.
And they're sort of all pondering around. And then Eric, the geologist, is like, oh, under this sand is a flat thing.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, and starts scuffing over. And lo and behold, there's what look like flagstones, effectively.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool because I'm like, okay. And then they explain the Erastra is like.
Then we get some diagrams.
Yeah, we get the diagrams and pictures of actual ones. To be fair,
yeah.
And it's how they would break up the ore, isn't it? Where they would have that dragstone attached to a
donkey.
A donkey would be attached to a wooden thing that would spin it around, and I thought it was quite ingenious. And I learned something I don't think I'd ever heard of an Erastra.
I think they've talked about it on a previous season.
Have they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, well, I didn't remember
it.
But that's pretty cool, because everything they say is like, oh yeah, there'll be this, oh, there'll be that, and then they bloody find it.
Yeah, and then the geologist, Eric, is like, oh, I'm just going to take a few samples. And he goes, oh, this bit looks interesting. And he's scraping around, and bloody hell, what does he find?
Gold!
Actual gold.
An actual fleck of gold.
Yeah.
That be treasure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is a top pocket find. But what I also liked as well is that James, our I'm just going to call him an archaeologist for
Yeah.
He goes, right, we're going to do this properly and meticulously, and he gets out
The grid.
from his a proper like 9 square grid, and then starts repeating it across the area, and they draw a diagram of like, this is how we're going to grid it out, and this is how we're going to
Because they
reference
want to
where we
know
find things.
what they find where.
Proper archaeology. Don't see that shit on Oak Island, did we? We didn't see a grid system.
No.
I was like, this is proper. And he's like, we're going to do this and we're going to check. And you even see him going, oh, we found that there. So that's 1, 2, 3 across and like 6 down. And he's writing it down.
I think on Oak Island they use GPS all the time, don't they? Whereas this is more old school. This is analog.
Yeah, they haven't got Steve Guptill with his like
with his
digital thing on a stick roaming around.
Yeah.
Again, I thought it was interesting because they make out like they've hiked 1 million miles out into the wilderness. Right. And they find where this Irastra is and everything. So they're like, we need to investigate this more. And then they basically turn to the side and a bloke arrives with a digger.
I know.
And I'm like, hey?
Well, what happened was they went to the White Creek Canyon.
Yeah.
And that is not on the property.
Yeah.
But then this line of trees takes them back to the edge of the property.
Oh, does it? How convenient.
Whether it is or not, and they're just saying it's on our land for sure, I don't know. But that could be why the digger is able to get there.
Oh, no, it's just like, it just took me away for a moment going, oh, I thought they were like in the middle of nowhere, but they had a digger.
Well, they had to walk it, didn't they?
Yeah.
You can't just go on a digger through the trees looking for markings.
Well, apparently you could. It was just like, it was like on Oak Island that time where they were like, oh, there's a giant rock. If only we had a pry bar. And Marty leans off camera and goes, oh, I've got a massive pry bar. And I'm like, how
is it a bit like the pyramids where people think they're in the middle of nowhere and actually if you take a photo from the other side, oh, there's the city.
Yes, it is a bit like that, yeah. So I just thought,
our cabin's just there.
I just thought I'd observe that. I was just like, took me out of the moment a touch. It's actually 300 feet from their war room.
What they've done is just prevented us from having to watch them take down trees and spend a week digging a path for the digger to get to the site. They've just gone, ta-da!
If this was last season, Chad would have had to have, like, either Duane would have had to have driven it there and we'd have had a whole episode of him getting it stuck in the quicksand again, which was epic, or Chad would have had to have dropped it in via plane. And I sort of missed that. This was an interesting episode. And that's kind of the entirety of the episode. In Brawl. It did miss a little bit of mad Ollinger action.
Yes.
It all seemed a little bit more grown up.
Yes. And I kind of liked it for that. Because it feels like it's taking itself more seriously.
Yes. Yes, it is.
You know, like it feels like there might actually be treasure.
Yeah, it's like the grown-ups have arrived.
Yeah.
Because it's gone from amateurs.
Yeah.
In Chad and Duane.
Who bought a ranch because it's got a great story with potential and they're just figuring it out.
Like
people that know what they're doing.
No one has brazenly and rather haphazardly chucked on some diving gear and just dived down a hole. And I'm not going to lie, that's a shame. But yeah, I suspect that you and I might find a little bit of a difference of perspective as we go on this season, because I'm probably going to be going, whenever we get to something, I'll be like, yeah, but Chad would have done something mad there, wouldn't he? And you'd be like, yes, and it's probably best he didn't.
Yeah, I think so.
So, that being the case, what did you rate this episode?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, it was really good. I thought it was a good introduction. There were some boring explainy bits, but then they did actually find stuff, and it's more than just history, because it feels like it's right there, and it does feel like we're discovering it with them. It doesn't feel manufactured. Like I said, it feels like they know what they're doing and they're inviting us along.
Yeah.
And they did stuff, and it was a first episode. It wasn't just a recap. I really liked it.
Yeah, I had a bloody good time. I mean, I gave it 6 last-minute treasure finds out of 7.
It's always going to be last minute because that's the cliffhanger.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. Yeah, like, I gave it 6 out of 7 because I feel like it's going to take me some time to get over the absence of the Ollingers.
Well, you did see Duane at the beginning.
Yeah, and he sounded even more ill than ever.
Yeah, well, he did say I haven't been very well.
No, we knew that. But, yeah, I think it's going to take me a bit of time to recalibrate my expectations, but it definitely seems like it's going to be treasure hunting all the way. And from the preview of the season that we saw, they are going to be busy. Busy.
Yeah.
and blowing stuff up. And it looks like we're going to have at least one classic Blind Frog Ranch of someone going in a hole and they shaky the cam and they're going, oh, it's going to collapse.
Well, last season I was very concerned that they'd actually got lost in that cave system.
Yes.
And that they were never going to be seen again.
Do you remember? I feel like every season so far they've like had this trope of like, oh, when they show next episode, someone falls down while walking. It was usually Chad, and it would be like, oh, and he falls down or falls off something. There was one where someone had a real proper fall
Eric.
Down a bank, didn't they? Yeah, that was a right arse over tea kettle.
It's like they get something like that, and then they show it in the preview for every single one. And is that going to be next time? No. Is it next time?
And you've seen it so much, you get to it and you go, oh, is that it?
We've seen that.
He fell down, and then he stood up and went, ow.
I'm fine.
So yeah, I mean, I am so excited for this. I thought we were never going to see this show again. I'm moderately astonished that it's back, but I am so here for it. This is my favourite one of all of this ilk of show, and I am loving it already.
All right.
Well, I am for it. I think you know how with you and your like Oak Island can only get 5 or more.
Yeah.
I think this is my white whale of a show. I feel like this might not be able to get anything less than 3 out of 7 every episode. And that would have to be a real dud.
I see.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel that impressive, 3 out of 7.
As opposed to 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Because mine's 50%.
It's probably 4 out of 7, to be fair.
Okay. Now
okay, right, yeah, okay. I am unashamedly biased in favour of this show. I love it.
But this one you're giving 6 out of 7.
I'm giving 6 out of 7 because I think there is room to improvement. Because there was like all of the guff about like, Daddy, look at what I've done.
Wow.
And that was like half of the episode, and that was a bit dull.
Someone has some daddy issues.
And on that note, if you're enjoying the show, please do take time to rate and review us on your platform of choice. We'd really appreciate it. And I guess we'll see you for Plathville midweek.
Yeah. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.
Toodles!